Hello, hello. Our next lesson for piano is here, and I cannot wait to get started. I will be completely honest with you. The song we're learning today is my absolute most favorite song in my entire piano learning journey as a beginner. So you're gonna love it. It's set in Spain, and it's a song called Malagueña. So I hope you enjoy this lesson today. Before we get started though, if you can like and comment on this video, you know that helps me and gives me feedback on my teaching, okay? Next, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Super easy, subscribe. The button's right below this video. Make sure that you are on my subscribers list, okay? And next, of course, we have our Discord server. This is where you get that feedback, right? If you're working on a particular section of your song and it's giving you some trouble, join us on Discord and post a video so I can give you some pointers and tips to make it a little bit easier, okay? I'd love to see you playing your pianos. And finally, definitely, not the least thing on here at all, this channel, my business, and everything that you see here would not be possible without you, my patrons. You are the ones who are sustaining my business here, and I cannot tell you thank you enough. So keep that in mind as I'm making these videos for you, that none of this would be possible without you. So thanks so much. All right, so let's take a look and see how your song from last week was, okay? We had a great one called On the Bridge at Avignon, and it was so much fun to learn to play, because it's like, if you imagine a bunch of like French people dancing on a wooden bridge, it's so funny. So let's turn to page 19 and we will play through On the Bridge at Avignon, okay? There it is. All right, let's switch to piano view and let's get started. All right. So we have our song here. We're in C position. We have some interesting articulation with our staccatos and legatos. And if you got some really good practice on that 2/1 crossover, you're probably going to do a great job. All right, let's see how it goes. 1, 2, ready, play. And there it is, On the Bridge at Avignon. Nice work. Yeah, I really like that change, the staccato to the legato. It really keeps your listener interested in the song that you're playing. So, all right, are you ready to dive right into our new song? It's so much fun. Okay, so turn the page to page 20 and 21. And there's a giant song here called Malagueña. Okay? Now, this song here is based off of a Spanish dance that is from a particular region in Spain called Malaga. Malaga, not Malaga. So that right there tells you the style of this, right? Spanish dances have a lot of drama, right? There's a lot of accents, there's a lot of changes. More than likely, it's probably written in something called a minor key. So it really builds that drama within the song. Let's look at a couple things though. We have 2 new dynamic signs, okay? Our first new dynamic sign is called fortissimo. Can you say that? Yeah, dramatic, right? Which means very, very loud, right? It's not regular forte. It's fortissimo, which is extra loud. Now the other one is called pianissimo. Can you say that one? Good, yeah. Pianissimo is very, very soft, okay? So you will identify inside the song those particular dynamic markings which add to the drama of this song, okay? Looking at the beginning here, we have some interesting things. Our dynamic or our tempo marking, we have allegro moderato. Well, you recall from last week, allegro moderato is moderately fast, okay? We also have our time signature of 3/4 time. So that's 3 beats a measure, okay? The quarter note's still gonna get the beat. Look at the first dynamic sign, pianissimo. So extra quiet to start. Now we have something really interesting here at the beginning. We have our left hand actually playing in the treble staff. Do you see that in there? LH in orange, and there are the quarter notes with stems pointing down. Those first 2 measures are only left hand. Then it shifts over to the right hand where you see in measure 3, the RH, okay? At the very top in orange, it says RH rest. You see that little arrow pointing down to the whole rest? Our right hand's actually not going to be playing anything for those first 2 measures, okay? As we go through line 1 specifically, you will note how I am changing my hand positions as I am playing, okay? I'm only going to play line 1 so you understand what is happening, okay? Let's switch to piano view so we know where to start. Okay, so looking here, they told us left hand in the treble staff. If I see my left hand and the first quarter notes on the bottom line, that means it's going to be on this E here. So I'm going to put my left hand pinky 5 on that E. We actually have a G sharp in our second note there. So my finger 3 is going to go up to that black key, okay? So our first 2 measures are right there, okay? They're going to sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. E, G sharp, B. E, G sharp, B. Okay? Now, after you play those 2 measures, the left hand's going to sort of move out of the way. And the right hand's going to come in. And you're going to see the right hand finger 3, you're going to end up on an A. Okay? See, my left hand was here, E, G sharp, B. The A is sort of in between. You're going to put your finger 3 there, ready to come in at that quarter note. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. E, G sharp, B. E, G sharp, B, right hand, A, C, B, A, G, F, crossover, E. Ooh, that's pretty fancy. Let's try that again because it's kind of tricky. Left hand again with our E, G sharp, B, okay? We do have pedal markings on this line as well, but I'm not going to go over the pedal yet, okay? Let's try line 1 again. Ready, 2, 3, here we go. E, G sharp, B. E, G sharp, B. A, C, B, A, G, F, crossover, E. Okay? When you have that crossover in the last measure of line 1, you notice that the left hand is now back in the bass staff, okay? That bass staff, pinky finger 5 on E, the pattern is going to repeat itself, but now in this staff, okay? So it's a little bit different the way we're reading it, but the notes will be the same. Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? Let's play line 1 again, back up here, and I'm actually going to continue so you can hear how the pattern repeats itself an octave lower. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. E, sharp, B, E, G sharp, B, A. Crossover, E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, B, right hand, A, C, B, A, G, F, crossover, E, rest, rest. And then we have a big chord. Do you see how that second line sort of repeats the pattern that we had in the first line, but it sounds a little bit lower? The notes are the same, but the placement on the keyboard is an octave lower, okay? Make a note of that in your music, okay? You see in line 2 that right hand comes in the bass staff. It's kind of like they switched places. You know how the left hand was in the treble staff to start? Now the right hand's gonna have a turn in the bass staff. All right, now let's look here and see what that big giant chord is at the end of line 2. Now I see they gave us a little hint. Our left hand is going to be on a low E, finger 5, okay? That low E, finger 5, let me switch to piano view so you can watch. That low E, finger 5 is going to be down here, right? Below our G, you see that E? And then we've got a 5th above it because I see it's another line note. E, and then finger 1 on B. Now for the right hand, I see that our bottom note is going to be a G sharp, which is the G sharp above middle C. And then our pinky finger 5 is going to be on an E to make a 6th. Altogether, it sounds like this. Cool, huh? Yeah, so let's see if we can find that again. E, B, G sharp, E. Okay. Now, in order for this to be a good challenge for the first 2 lines, let's start at the beginning and play those first 2 lines all the way through. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Rest, rest, rest. There it is. Wow, what do you think? Now you could probably guess why I really like this one. It's full of like surprise moments and I love it. So moving on here, let's look at the second section, okay? This begins at the beginning of line 3 or the bottom line of page 20. And we're going to notice some things about this line, okay? Now at the end of line 2 with our big chord, we saw that our finger 5 pinky was on that high E. Well, guess what? That's the same note that begins line 3. So you don't have to move your right hand at all, okay? That's a good thing. Now our left hand's another story because we were way down here. And we're going to have to move pretty high for that left hand, okay? Let's switch to piano view so you can see where we're going. All right, so we were here with our big chord, E, B, G sharp, E. Now I said the right hand stays where it is, up here with this E. But our left hand is now going to put our finger 5 pinky on A below middle C, okay? So we're starting with the pinky finger 5 on A, okay? Now, you're going to notice a pattern in the left hand, okay? We have 2 measures that have this pattern, and then it changes by going down a whole step, and you'll hear that too. Let's see what the left hand pattern sounds like, and then we'll tackle the right hand pattern, okay? I'm going to put my right hand in my lap. Here we go. We're going to start at line 3, the first beat on A, finger 5. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. A, C, E, A, C, E, down to G, B, D, G, B, D, down to F, A, C, we're going to stop right there, okay? Let's play those 2 lines again. Did you see the pattern? Let's start with that pinky finger 5 on the A below middle C. Here's line 3. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. A, down to G, then F, down to E. Very good. All right. Let's check out the right hand now of that section. Now the right hand, remember, same with that high E, okay? We're starting there with a dotted half note, 3 counts. But look, we have a tied note to the quarter note in the next measure. So we're actually going to hold it like extra long and then move on, okay? Let's try that right hand together. We're doing lines 3 and 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. E, 2, 3, hold. D, C, D, 2, 3, hold. C, B, C, 2, 3, hold. B, A crossover, G sharp, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. Yeah, very good. So we did this little exploration from our high E down to our G sharp. Let's play those 2 lines again, and then we're going to do it hands together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. E, 2, 3, hold. D, hold. C, C, 2, 3, hold. G sharp, 2, 3, and hold, 2, 3. Excellent. Ooh, it's sounding good. Are you excited to hear what it sounds like hands together? You know I am. All right, let's try it. Lines 3 and 4, hands together. I've got my left hand pinky on my A below middle C, and my right hand pinky on my E, where we left off line 2, okay? Here we go, hands together. Watch your tied notes. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Very nice. Doesn't that sound fancy? I love it. Now we're going to move on, okay? Lines 5 and 6. They're similar to lines 3 and 4, but they're not exactly the same. Let's see if we can figure out what those differences are, okay? You can do this. All right, so we're starting there at line 4. That's the second line of page 21, in case you're wondering. I noticed that our left hand, after we finish that E, G sharp, B, we're actually going back to our pinky on A below middle C, this one. But look at what our right hand is doing. We thought we would go back to that high E, but we actually don't. Our right hand is going to go down 2 notes to pinky finger 5 on C instead. So listen to what that sounds like instead. Okay, if you notice at the beginning of line 3, this is what it sounds like. But at the beginning of line 5, is it line 5? Yes, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, the beginning of line 5, excuse me. That's where we have our right hand pinky 5 on C. Okay, if you notice closely, the pattern rhythmically is also the same, but the note was the only difference in the right hand. So let's see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. C, B, A, B, And there's those two lines, okay? Now, those two lines in particular, the left hand is mimicking the two lines before it. So that's why I didn't take any time to look at those notes in particular, because they're the same as the two lines before. Now, the right hand was the one where we needed to sort of give a clear definition of the notes since they were slightly different than the two lines before it, okay? If you need to play that section again, let's go ahead and do it, okay? Let's switch back to piano view, and we're gonna play lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Sometimes I say the wrong line, but I get so excited I don't even notice. Let's find our position. We have left hand pinky finger 5 on A below middle C, and our right hand pinky finger 5 is on C above middle C, okay? Let's play this section again, and then we'll move on. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Excellent work. So I want you to see something here. At the end of line 6, we have that E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, B happening, right? But if you look on to line 7, you remember when we played at the beginning that pattern with the right hand sneaking in and playing A finger 3? We're going to be doing that pattern again 2 times. Now in the bass staff and then below the bass staff. It's going to sound amazing. Because these notes are the exact same as the beginning introduction, I'm not going to go over those notes, but I want you to watch on the staff what looks similar and then what looks different, okay? It's going to be interesting. All right, so I'm going to start right there at the end of line 6. That's with my left hand pinky finger 5 on my E and doing my E, G sharp, B pattern. My right hand's going to be ready to sneak in there on that A. All right, so the last 2 measures of line 6, we're going to play those. Ready? 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Big chords again, so let's do some interesting figuring out here. We've got low E, left hand pinky 5 with our finger 1 thumb on B. Now our right hand is going to play actually on the staff and below the treble staff. Pinky is going to be on our E, and our thumb finger 1 will end up on the G sharp below middle C. So it sounds like this. Isn't that a nice chord? I love that one. Very good. So let's see if we can do line 7 and half of line 8 up to the big chord, okay? Here we go. We're going to start right there with the right hand with our sneaking E, finger 3. Oh, that's not an E, that's an A. Silly me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. So right there, that is where you're going to do some interesting shifting, okay? After you play your big low chord, we're going to do some interesting notes and harmonic intervals here at the very end. The easiest place to start is the left hand, okay? Now, if you notice, I see bass clef E 3 times, and then it goes down a fifth to an A. But there's an octave lower marking. So the octave lower means we're going to take that E that we normally would play in the bass clef, and we're going to put it down an octave to be super low. Sounds like this. Whoa, that's really low. And we have accent marks, so that's important too. Let me switch to piano view so you can see it. Okay, so piano view. There's my bass clef E. I'm going to shift my whole hand down to the E below bass clef B. And we're going to play 3 in a row down to A. And that's your last ending, okay? Now the right hand's a little different too. I see it's written in the treble staff, which is this part right here in our piano. We're playing a D and E together, fingers 1 and 2. Then opening it up to a third D and F sharp. Then a fourth D and G sharp. Then we play a sixth with C and A. Okay, it sounds like this. But look, there's another octave sign. We actually have to play this an octave higher. So where I would normally keep my right hand in the treble staff, we're going to shift it up here instead and play it there. Let's hear what it sounds like up here. 1, 2, 3. Ready and play. Second, third, fourth, sixth. Cool, huh? Now when we put it hands together, I'm going to find my low E. There's my left hand low E. And I've got my pinky finger 5 on low A. My right hand is on a D and an E above middle C. Not this one on the staff, but above the staff. We're going to be playing the second, third, fourth, sixth pattern. Okay, it sounds like this, hands together. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. What do you think? Let's do it again, okay? 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Excellent work. Now that right there is Malagueña, okay? Now spotted throughout this piece, you are going to notice all of those changes in dynamics, okay? We start out the song with the introduction with the pianissimo. Crescendo, 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 all the way through to the big chord at the end of line 2, fortissimo, okay? As we move into the second section, we have a nice legato mezzo forte going throughout lines 3 and 4. When we get to line 5, it's back to pianissimo, extra quiet. As we do our pianissimo through 5 and 6, we start gradually building a crescendo to piano, straight into line 7, all the way until we get to a fortissimo in the middle of line 8. That's the final line. So this is like a big crescendo that's building across 2.5 lines. That's a big deal, okay? We end with some great dramatic accent marks and fortissimo, okay? So big, strong ending. You imagine your Spanish dancer stomping her feet, right? Right there at the end of the song, right? It's gonna sound wonderful. Well, let me play the whole thing for you so you can hear it and work your way to playing the whole thing yourself, okay? I can't wait to see your videos on Discord. Here we go. This is Malagueña. And there it is. Fun, huh? Work your way towards something like that, and I promise you're going to feel that energy going through your fingers. It's going to make your audience want to dance too. It's a great song, and I hope you have fun learning it, okay? Great work. Let's close our lesson book, and let's take a look at our technique, okay? Now, for your technique this week, we're going to do a repeat of what we did last week, okay? We're going to work on group 6. We're also going to work on that A and B, okay? Crossing seconds and busy crossing. That crossover finger 2 happens in Malagueña as well. So it's good to have really good practice on that, okay? And then for your theory homework this week, I'm going to give you 2 new pages. We're going to work on page 14 and 15, okay? Page 14 is a really good review of our rhythm, okay? We have to do some sort of musical math to figure out some of these beats. They have little equations that we can figure out, okay? And here, this is a great review of our musical symbols and notation, okay? It's like a puzzle, so I think you're gonna have fun with it. All right, my friends. Excellent job working on your lesson today. I can't wait to see those videos of you playing. So let's end with our music quote, okay? Now, our music quote today comes from the Finnish composer Jean Sibelius, and this is what he says. Music begins where the possibilities of language ends. Isn't that interesting? So music can always find a way to communicate to all sorts of people, right? You don't have to speak the same language as another person for them to feel some of the deep things that music helps you feel, right? That's what's cool about music. It's universal. I hope you like that quote. That's a fun one. Thanks again for joining us for piano today. I can't wait to see you all on Discord. And thank you again for being a patron and supporting my channel. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten from you. I'll see you later. Bye. Happy practicing.